In today's video we decided to clean up a mess, then make a mess, and then clean the mess up yet again. Hi everyone, today we're going to be looking at this Tim kit from Akasa. It comes with some Tim Clean as well as some thermal compound. Okay, as you can see today we've got this Tim kit from Akasa, which is basically a bottle of Tim Clean as well as some thermal paste. As you can see from the box, it's pretty straightforward. As it says there, it comes with thermal compound with a spreader, and it comes with a CPU and heatsink cleaner as well. Why should you use this over other cleaning methods? Well, we'll find out if it's any good in a few minutes, but I have a feeling this is going to be able to clean off your processors and stuff like that with ease. But let's have a look at the box anyway. So it says at the bottom, thermally advanced for maximum cooler performance. On the lip, superb design engineering. And on the back it tells you a bit of information about it. So Tim Clean 125mm, chipset heatsink cleaner, blah de blah de blah. It says application, scrape most of the old Tim off with supplied plastic card. Apply Tim Clean with a clean dry cloth. Leave for 1 to 2 minutes to evaporate, wipe and clean with a dry cloth. So it sounds pretty easy. And the thermal compound, it tells you how to do it there as well, and the technical details and so forth. Let's take a closer look at the product. But first of all, we need to open it up. First of all, we need to open this up. So let's have a look. Okay, as soon as you open the box, you've got the main components in a plastic pot, and then you've got the instructions there as well. Again, no bonus points for not using plastic with the environment and everything. Everything there is plastic, so obviously it's going to be hard to at the moment find other ways of doing bottles and stuff like that, but the packaging could be a cardboard sleeve or something like that instead. Let's have a look at the instructions. Pretty straightforward. You've got different languages there, and that's it basically. So what's the information, what's here is the same as what's on the back of here. This is in English, and then you've got your other languages there, including French, Spanish, Dutch, and so forth. So inside here you can see the Tim Clean bottle itself, so that's a lot there. It's a full bottle, and again it gives you information of how to use it, which is the same pretty much as what's on the back of the main box. You've also got your thermal paste, so it's the Akasa 455. So we'll have a look, see how that compares against the stock paste, what's on an old CPU we're going to test out. And there we go, and the card itself, and I'm not sure why it needed to be plastic shrink wrapped, in all honesty, because it's a plastic card anyway. So we'll have a look, but it tells you how to use it, so that way up rather than that way. Not that I think it actually really matters. Okay, so next up is the actual size and the price. This is priced in the UK, or the recommended retail price should I say, is £8.95. So obviously in euros or US dollars that's going to be slightly different, but the basics is it's going to be around about that £9, roughly $9–10, same with euros and so forth. Obviously exchange rates change. I know some of you like measurements and stuff, it's not so needed on this product and so forth, but we'll do it anyway. This one is, the box is 15 centimeters wide, the height including the hanger is 22, the depth is 4 centimeters roughly. The Tim Clean box, or should I say bottle, is just over 6 centimeters wide, height is just over 13, and depth is around about 3. And then the syringe, obviously that's with the syringe part sticking out at the end, comes out just over 12 centimeters, width is about 2.3 centimeters, and the depth is around about, including the bit what hangs over there, about 1.2, 1.3 centimeters. And then the actual card, which is roughly the credit card size, is around about 5.5 centimeters wide, height is 8.5, and the depth, obviously it's really thin, so that's about 1 millimetre thick. Okay, let's open this machine up here. This is a machine what we've actually got coming for basically scrap. So it's an older model, but what we're going to do is test the temperature, or should I say we've already tested the temperature, and the heat on this gets up to around about 60 degrees Celsius. So what we're going to do is show you basically how you clean the processor and reapply the heatsink, and show you the benefits of actually doing that, and see if the actual temperature drops or not. So after I've done this, and hopefully the temperature should be at least a little bit cooler on there, so it shows you that just reapplying thermal paste or putting it on correctly and giving it a good clean can actually make a difference. As you can probably see in this machine, it has got a little bit of dust in there. It's not too bad, but let's open it up, take the CPU cooler off and see what we've got. So it's the clip type, which can be a pain to come off sometimes, and that thermal paste is actually stuck to the CPU. It wobbled just to get it loose. There we go. So you can see there, that's got quite a bit of paste on the bottom, including a bit of dust, and you can see it's all over the actual CPU as well. And now if I was to try and wipe that off with my finger, you'll see it's smudging a little bit in places, but it's pretty, it's more like, feels more like rubber than anything. And if you try and wipe that off, so to show you with a normal cloth, try and get that off, as you can see it's smudging everywhere. It's not actually removing it, and it's just making a mess. So that's where the Tim Clean comes along, is it should be able to clean it up. So all I'm going to do is get some Tim Clean, show you on here. I'm just going to pour it on. I'm not too bothered about making too much of a mess, to be honest, because as I said, this is scrap. I'm just going to spread that around just a tad, just so it goes in there. Just leave it for a little while. They do say 1 to 2 minutes, but I've actually found that if you actually put it directly in a cloth and actually wipe the item, it generally comes off straight away. It doesn't really need to be on that long. Obviously, if it's a higher concentration of stuff, or some of the real top end stuff, which is near enough like silver paste, it may need a bit longer. But as you can see, that's been on there for about 20 seconds or so. I'm going to get my cloth now, and as you can see, it just wipes off. It's that good. So you don't have to mess about. There you go, nice and clean, and you've got a nice clean copper base. Okay, it's not the best quality one in the world base anyway, but gives you a rough idea. And I'm just going to actually apply it directly to the cloth and just show you directly on the CPU, and again you can just rub it over the CPU and it starts coming off straight away. So it's actually pretty good stuff. Again, I'm not exactly following the instructions, leaving it a minute or two, but as you can see, the top of that is pretty clean. Bear in mind, if you were to take the CPU out, watch how you do it. Again, if you get paste into the, obviously, holes on the socket, or again onto the pins on the bottom if it's an AMD processor, it could mess things up quite a bit. But as you can see there, that is, well, it's as clean as you're going to get it without obviously going around all the little gritty corners and so forth. So all you need to do now is get your thermal paste. I'm just going to use the one they've supplied. And yes, there are lots of different techniques and how much you should use and all this, that and the other. Some will tell you go down the centre, some will tell you to make a cross, some will make dots in it and so forth. Generally what I tend to do is put a pea-sized amount. And when I say a pea, I mean a small pea-sized amount. And that may even be a little bit more than I would normally do. But then you can either use the applicator to spread it, which is here, or in some cases you can put the CPU straight down, the cooler straight down on top of it, and it automatically spreads it itself. But we'll spread it using the applicator pad they've given. There you go, and that's pretty much on. So now you just put the cooler back on. I'm not bothered going to clean it because I want to do an example of what it was like before, took it off, and after, not including cleaning the cooler from dust. Obviously you will get more benefits if you were to take the dust off. Okay. That's the one side clipped on. Never been a fan of these clips before. I way prefer the Intel fashion. There we go, and then spring over. There we go. So that's in, and let's just hook that back up. There. So what I'm going to do now is hook that back up and see what sort of temperatures we get. So we did the testing and found that the CPU ran at 55 degrees Celsius. That's a full 5 degrees Celsius cooler than before we cleaned it, which is actually quite a good improvement. Obviously, if you're running an even hotter processor like an i7 or even an i9 processor, or even some of the AMD Ryzen processors, you will find that the temperature difference may be even more. So that does show you that cleaning and taking the old paste off can actually improve your temperatures, which can in turn affect obviously the lifespan of the product and make it perform better. Okay, I'm going to do something a bit different today that we've not done before. Jenny, who writes the reviews and manages Tech for Techs and does a lot of the stuff in the back end you probably don't see as well. She has been on 1 or 2 videos, you may have seen her. She has dared me to squirt a motherboard with thermal paste and basically clean it up. I don't really have any motherboards to hand which I can do that with at the moment because we need to test this, but what I've found is a old hard drive, and I'm just going to squirt basically thermal paste or thermal compound all over the PCB board there and see if the Tim Clean actually cleans it off. So you can see what happens if you did actually get it onto your circuit board for whatever reason. Let's just say you're a bit over enthusiastic with the compound and you've got it everywhere and you're like, oh no, what am I going to do to clean it off? This will just basically show you what you can do. So I'm going to make a nice mess on here. I'm going to put the full tube on it. There we go. So that's a full tube minus the bit we used on the CPU, which according to Akasa, that's enough there to do, I think it said 10 to 15 computers, so I've got 10 to 15 computers worth of thermal paste there. Let's make it a little bit more tricky and make it a bit of a mess. Here we go. As you can see, it's quite gunky and thick, this paste, so it's not one you're just going to be able to rub off. So there we go. There we go. And that's usually a sign of actually a good paste, is usually the thicker it is the better. Some you can get is quite watery, and this stuff is actually quite thick, which is generally good. And again, if I was to get this cloth now and try just to take a little bit of this off, let's just say down this side here, you can see when I'm trying to do it, it's smudging it more than actually taking it off. So what we're going to do is put on your Tim Clean. I'm going to dose it quite a bit there. I'm going to give it, I don't know, probably 20-30 seconds and see if it is actually going to clean it off or not. So as you probably can see there, the paste, I'm going to use my finger so I'm making a bit of a mess, is dissolving into the Tim Clean. So it actually dissolves it pretty well. So I'm going to start cleaning that off now. Again, you've got basically 15 CPUs worth of thermal paste on the bottom of this hard drive. So I'm just going to do one quick wipe and see how that gets it. So that's taken off a good chunk of it with just one wipe. Again, I'm going to do another wipe. And as you can see, That's got a good chunk of it off, and especially considering it was quite thick. So obviously the Tim Clean probably didn't get to the bits underneath, so I'm just going to put a little bit more on. Get a few seconds and then we'll just polish it up. So yeah, this is not the sort of thing you usually do, is make a mess on purpose, but hey, if you get dared, I suppose you have to do it. Okay, so let's just polish this up now. So let's screw that. Just make sure we get it out of those cracks where the screws are. And as you can see, that PCB board now is, well, probably cleaner than it actually was to begin with. So we've got bits around the edges there where the obviously the liquids run, so we'll just dry that off. But this stuff does evaporate, so you will actually find it will dry itself off, so you don't have to worry about getting moisture and stuff, and so you'll probably be okay on electric components with this if it was on, but I would recommend turning everything off, let it dry out first before you turn anything on. But yeah, so as you can see, that PCB board is as clean as you're going to get. So it did clean that mess up, so they're done, and I think that passed. The standout point is it leaves no residue, and all you're left with is a nice smell. Other positives include it comes with the paste and the spreader. Packaging has a hanger for any reason you need to hang it up. The thermal paste is quite a thick paste, which is usually identified as a good quality. It only takes a small amount of the cleaner to actually clean stuff, so you potentially could clean a lot of stuff. And it's a really good price. The spreader was the only negative, in the way that it just didn't seem to spread stuff very well. Either that was down to the actual paste itself being really thick, or the spreader didn't seem to have a huge amount of flex in it. So in conclusion, I have to say this is a great piece of kit, and it would be great to have it in anyone's collection of tools who actually works on computers at any point, because cleaning CPUs can be messy and sometimes dangerous if not done right. You have a really good thermal paste and Tim Clean all in one product, and it's for a reasonable price. I worked out what it would cost to buy them separately, and it actually works out to be about the same as the combined kit. Obviously with the combined kit you do get the plastic card to spread the paste or help peel it off. Here's a message from our sponsors. Thanks for watching this video all the way to the end. Don't forget to press the subscribe button over here. That way you'll get all the latest news and all the reviews we do on a weekly basis. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.